So in this session, we're also going to be talking about our list views. Specifically, what we want to talk about is sharing list views. Sometimes we can create list views. They can be visible to us, and we can share them publicly with everyone, or we can also sometimes share them specifically with some users. So I'm going to navigate back to our opportunity tab. So here we have some list views that we have created. So let's view these upcoming web opportunities list view. And if you click here on this gear icon and click on sharing settings, then here you can see that it is only visible to me. It says only I can see this list view. So what does that mean? It means other users are not able to see this, okay? So if I go to um, my Salesforce and log in as a test user and see if I can see this opportunity list view, and you will see that the test user is not able to see it. So on this screen, as in the incognito mode, I'm logging into Salesforce as the test user, okay? So I'm not logging in as an admin, I'm logging in as a test user. So in my org, I have the test user, right? So if you do not have a test user, so you may create one as well. So let me search here, test user, and home tab. So test, so here I have test users, and one of them is active, the other one is inactive. So let me click on this user, for example, and then from there we can go to the user detail. And so this is one of my test user. Okay, he has a standard profile, Salesforce license, and he is active. So the test user needs to be active if you want to log in as that test user. So I'm entering the details here, which are test user at, I have made a random username. If you are also logging in as a test user and also as the admin user, please use incognito mode or use a different browser. Okay, so I have logged in as a test user and going to the opportunity tabs and then list view, and then here, as you can see, I don't see that upcoming web opportunities list view, right? So that's because, let's move on to the admin view. So this is my admin view, admin account, and the easy way to differentiate that is going to be the color. So this is going to be my, like, the bluish color, and then this is black. That's going to be for the test user. So here I have this list view. As an admin, I can see it, but my test user cannot see it. That's because of this sharing settings, right? Now, I could do this. I could go with this option. As the name indicates, it is going to be visible to all the users, right? All the users in our org. And it says including guest, partner, and customer portal. So who are guest, partner, and customer portal? So those are other users that access Salesforce information on customer portal websites. That's a completely different area of Salesforce, but just for simplicity, just know that this option will give access to this list view to all the users, and they will be able to see to whatever records they have access to and fields they have access to. Then if I select this option and click save, and then if I go to my test users account, here's a test user, and do a refresh, then I should be able to see that list view. Okay, go to the opportunity, and then here it is. It says upcoming web opportunities, and I see that list view. Okay, I see that list view. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to remove that option from sharing settings. Okay, let's remove it back. Let's set it back to only I can see this list view settings. Click save, and then that will, of course, remove the access from the test user, and that test user will not be able to see that list view anymore. Okay, and he will be able to see other list views. Okay. I'm going back to my admin account, and this time I will share this list view with different options. So I'm going to go here again. That is the icon and where you're going to configure the setting. I'm going to click on sharing settings. And here in this scenario, I'm going to go with this option to share this, okay? Then here I have two options to choose. It says share search roles. So here I can search roles, okay? I can search the roles of my users that I want to share this with, okay? And I also have here, if I click this drop down, this triangle icon, and I get another option that says roles and subordinates, roles and subordinates. We will talk about what that means. First, I will go with this roles option. Okay, let's say I want to use this roles option to share my list view with my user. In this case, the test user, but in real org, you would have dozens of or hundreds of users. So I'm selecting this, okay, and then I have to pick a role, like what role I need to select with. So if in order to share this list view with my test user using that role option, I need to find out what is the role of my test user. Okay, so here is my test user, and he does not have a role. Okay, he does not have a role. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit his user account, and I will give him a role. Okay, so let me go with this role like Western sales team, and that's going to be the role I'm going to give it to him, okay? And click save, right? So that's where the role matters. So role in Salesforce allows you to share records and also list views and also some other configuration and records as well. So far we didn't need a role for that user. Now we need a role assigned to the user because we want to share that list view with him. Going back to the sharing settings, let's do a refresh here. Let's do a refresh and then click here again and sharing settings. Share this list view with groups. I'm gonna search for roles, Western sales team. As you start tapping, it's going to get populated, okay? You select it and then click save. All right. So for now, this list view has been shared with one group of users. If you click on edit, you're going to see with which role you're sharing it with. Cancel out from here and go to the test user account, do a refresh, and let's see if that list view is here. Okay, here it is, upcoming web opportunities, and it came back. All right, that's how we share list views using the role. But there was another option here. Share this by using roles and subordinates. Now, what does that mean? What does subordinate mean? Before we start talking about that, let me remove this sharing. Okay, so I'm going to click X here to undo my sharing. I'm going to set it back to only I can see this list view. Okay, and click save. And then if I go back to the test user account, and he will not be able to access that list view anymore. Okay. Again, he does have access to other list views, the default list views, but not the one that I have created. Let me share this list view again with that test user by using the roles and subordinates option. Okay, so again, here we see that roles and subordinates option. Okay, so click here. You have this roles and subordinates. What does that mean? So in our org, we have roles. So if I click on roles here, there are some roles that are by default configured for us. So I'm gonna click this button just to show you the roles, and then we will expand the roles. Okay, we will expand the roles. Let's say expand all. All right, here is the role hierarchy. So if I share the list view with CEO role, by selecting this. If I select roles and subordinates option, right? If I select roles and subordinates option and type here CEO and then click save, what will happen is that list view will be shared with CEO role and all of the subordinate roles. Subordinate roles mean the roles below the CEO role. Okay, so everybody else will basically get an access. Okay, because CEO role is the top level role here, one of the top level role. And if you share the list view with CEO role and choose that roles and subordinates, then this role will get access. Then all the users using this role will get access. All the users using this role will get access, and etc. And also, let me use another example. My Western sales team is under this director direct sales role, correct? If I share that list view with this role, every other users who have this role and this role will get access to that list view. But if other users, if other users have, let's say, this role, or any other role that is above this role, will not get access to that list view. Okay. So again, if I share my list view with this role by choosing the roles and subordinates option, these two users with these two roles will get access to the list view. Okay, but users with this role, for example, or with this role, for example, or with this role, for example, this role, those users will not get access to that list view because they are above this role. So let me go to here and search that role, director, direct sales, and then click save. Now, if I go to my test user account and do a refresh, and we will see that upcoming web opportunities list view is here. All right. So what happened? We talked about 3 different sharing settings for list view. We talked about this one. This option gives access to only to me. And other users, if they also select this option, they're going to see the list view they create, but other users will not see it. This gives access to everyone. If you have a list view that everyone needs access, you can choose this one. And this option will allow you to share it with users by choosing their roles and subordinates option. We just talked about the differences between those two. And that's pretty much how we share list views. But Salesforce recommends if you don't need to share it, don't share the list view or any other data with a lot of users unnecessarily. First, keep it as private as possible, and then if you need to share, then gradually increase the access. So you would not go with this option a lot, okay? You would most of the time go either with this option. This option is not that much popular either because this is going to be used if you want to create some specific list view that you want to see. But most of the time, you're going to be using this option. You're going to be sharing the list view with users because when you create a list view, you're creating it for the users to use, right? Let's say there is an HR department or sales department that wants to access the opportunities. Then you're going to create a list view for them and share it with those HR department users by using their role.